in regards to games like Fortnite, for example, my 12-year-old is, obsessed with Fortnite. He plays it as much as possible. He'd stay on it all day if we allowed him. But he has really, poor kind of temper control. So he will absolutely flip the lid if something goes wrong in the game, start screaming the house down, and then we're pulling him off the machine, and it kind of affects his emotions. So just I thought I'd mention that and ask.
Well, Alwyn's still here with us. Alwyn, do you have any?
Angus, I would say they're signs of addiction. Continual play, change of behaviour during and after play, and general kind of bad form. That's definitely addiction. And I would I'd be the devil's advocate here and say something that you're probably not going to want to hear, but you would definitely need to look at and reevaluate the amount of time that he is playing. It has been proven that actually if children play more than I think it's 4 hours a day. Now, I'm open to correction on that exact amount, but if it's, so they scanned the brains of 10 and 12-year-olds in the States, and it was found that children who played more than 4 hours a day had a thinner outer cortex of their brain than children who played less than that. And where we normally see thinning of the outer cortex is in the ageing population. And the fear of that is it is actually changing the structure of their brain. So, kind of the prefrontal cortex isn't fully wired in anyway until we're 23. And that is the area of the brain that helps in strategy, rational thought, planning and things like that.
Okay.
So, you can't negotiate kind of with him when he's deep in play.
Have you noticed, Angus, sorry, has your son's I suppose temper or mood, has it changed over the years as he's playing the games longer?
It's hard to say, really. He's I think always had a pretty low threshold in terms of losing the temper. And he does spend a lot of time away from it. He plays football. He's very competitive in football as well. And even in any kind of class, be it just in the house with his brother, he always wants to win, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So I just think, this game, it has its benefits, but it's a matter of, and I mean benefits as in there's a lot of design required. As he plays the game, he's building out these kind of, I can't even watch it. It moves so quickly, but he's building these kind of forts. Yeah. So there's a lot of hand-eye coordination, and he's coordinating and kind of he's collaborating with his friends who are online as well. So it's a double-edged sword. So I think there are some benefits, but certainly there's a lot of negatives as well. If things aren't going well. So it's a matter of just negotiating with him to come off it and give him an alternative,
Definitely put in boundaries and say, set a timer, because once a child is deep in play, they're actually deep in play. And you, by going and just turning off the computer, will just absolutely, all the hormones, particularly in boys, all those hormones that they're releasing during play build up because they're not actually physically active. So they need to burn off those. So if you go along and you're just disconnecting like cold turkey, they can't deal with that. And it's just it'll be holy hell, essentially.
The timeline barrier at the start,
So what you need to do is pull them out gradually. So you need to kind of go and physically touch him on the shoulder, get his gaze to you, so it has to pull his gaze away from the screen, and you need to say 10 minutes, buddy, and that's coming off. And then you come back again, do the same thing in 5 minutes, but sit with him and then kind of encourage him to kind of say, okay, so now we're going to wrap this up, so that you're killing that person there or building that fort or whatever, that's great. And so you're pulling him out of his online world back into the real world, and then you get them off then that way.
Good tangible advice.